Okay. Today I'm going to show you how to make stuffed bell peppers. And this makes a whole bunch. This meat mixture can make a lot of peppers. So I've just been prepping my peppers first. I just take the top of it off and kind of clean it out, shake all the seeds out, clean it out as much as I can. And then because it makes so much, I usually just cook the peppers that I'm going to be using for that day and then save some for another time. So the meat mixture saves really well. First of all, because this has quinoa in it, and let me see if I can, I don't know why. See, I'm just trying to change the view here. Sarah, what view do you have? What do you see? Me? Okay.
Can you hear me? Yes, I
Yeah.
have you.
Yeah, I don't know why. Let me try this. Okay, I'm going to try this because I want to pin this. Okay, we're going to start by putting the quinoa in to cook because that takes 15 minutes. This is a really quick recipe. So if we get the quinoa started, then by the time the meat's done, we can add the quinoa and it's done. So I'm going to do 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of chicken broth or chicken stock. And I have 1 cup of quinoa. And I just turn that on until it comes to a boil. And then I put the lid on for 15 minutes. So I'll just watch that. So if you want to start your quinoa, you can do that now. The next thing is to kind of prep the peppers. We're not using them right at this moment, but kind of prep them for when we are ready for them. And I pretty picky. I make sure that my peppers stand up. It's not fun to eat a stuffed pepper that's fallen over and tipping over. So I hand pick all my peppers very carefully and make sure they stand up straight. And I was at the produce department one time, and the produce guy said, "Do you like peppers that have 4 points on the bottom or 3?" This one has 3, this one has 4. Apparently they're different, and I guess they taste differently too. I've tried to test them out and see what I can tell from the difference of the way peppers taste, but I honestly can't really tell. So there's my peppers. On the call today, have Sarah. She's my sister. She lives in Alabama. So she was cooking with us. And then my friend Jamie, she's from like North Ogden in Utah. And she is following along. She has 6 kids at home. So that cooking is a great thing to do on a day when you are not going anywhere. And here in Utah, it's actually very cold today. So it's a good cooking day. I like.
Warm here.
Is it warm?
Yes,
Oh, you're so lucky.
yes, I think that every morning, every night, every time I have to go outside, I'm so lucky.
You are. Hey.
Becky, when you cooked your quinoa, did you say you did 2 cups of water to 1 cup?
Yes.
You always do 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 to 1. And I use the broth just for flavor. You could add some bouillon to the water if you want for flavor. or just water is fine too. So the next thing that just needs a little prep, we need to chop the onions. So I've demonstrated it before. I'm not gonna waste all my time, demonstrating how to chop onions again, but I do like my chopper. And I'm doing half of the onion. For this recipe. And this is a good one to use, just fresh peppers. Oh, I am going to demonstrate how I also turn it into stuffed zucchini. I have a zucchini, and I will demonstrate that also while I'm doing the peppers. Because this meat mixture is great either way. You probably could stuff a tomato. You could probably stuff cabbage. Like you could put this meat mixture into anything. Okay, so I have half my onion done there. I will use that when I cook the meat. Okay. So my quinoa is boiling and I'm gonna set my timer. So I turned it down to simmer and then I set my timer for 15 minutes and I put a lid on it. So the quinoa is going. The next thing that really takes a little prep is just shredding the carrots. I've peeled my carrots and I'm just going to use my cheese shredder for this. I always start the small side because it's easier to hold on to the thick side longer. Just sturdier that way. So I'm going to do the 2 carrots. I think there's lots of different tools that you could use. I think my chopper also has a, you know what? I'm going to put my apron on so I don't get these yellow orange carrots all over my sweatshirt. And look at this. This is so old. My Pampered Chef sweatshirt or my Pampered Chef apron. My favorite go-to apron.
We'll have to get you one that says Becky's Cooking Club.
Yes. Okay, this apron is probably like 30 years old. Remember those days of Pampered Chef? Okay, Candace joined us too. Hi, Candace.
Hi. I didn't realize my camera isn't on. I'm
Well, there you go. Are you
cooking
cooking?
along with you guys. I got a little bit of a late start, but I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, good. It's a pretty easy one, and I'm thinking it's not going to take us very long. We started
cool.
with the quinoa so that's cooking.
Yes, I've got that already. So we're good with that.
Awesome. And then I hollowed out all my peppers.
Perfect. I've got those too.
Okay. And I was mentioning that this makes a big batch. If you want to use all 6 peppers and stuff them right now, that's great. If you want to just do a couple at a time, I would probably bake them when you're ready to eat them.
Oh, okay.
So
Great.
you could put all the stuff in it, have it ready to go, and then just bake them.
Right. Okay, good. Thank you for filling me in.
And then the only other thing, I got my onion ready. So.
Okay, well, I'll catch up. I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Glad you made it.
Oh, yeah, I'm so glad. This is so helpful.
Good. Sarah was just saying that she needs to take dinner to somebody who needs to eat anti-inflammatory meals. So this is very timely.
Oh, that's awesome. I actually got a text this morning too saying, so-and-so's mom just died. Can anybody accommodate her meal specifications and make her a meal? So look at this, all meant to be.
Well, it is, our kitchen really is our best serving tool. And the more we are comfortable in it and know how to use it, the more we can serve in different ways.
So true.
I had a mother who was always serving from the kitchen. Always had a pot of soup, and she never kept it all for herself. She would always take it to somebody else. And I just grew up thinking that that's just what you do. I'm always happy to take a meal to somebody, or often I just make two of whatever and put one for later or for somebody else. So I did want to mention that today. Today, I feel really grateful for my kitchen and for my home. When there can be a lot of chaos around us in the world or in our lives, we all have to turn to go home at some point, and to create a home that is peaceful and loving and nurturing and nourishing. That's the best thing we can do for ourselves and for the world, our families. That's how we serve and build God's kingdom, is starting at home. So I really wanted to bring that up today, that I feel really grateful for that. Okay, I'm gonna get my meat out and start cooking up my meat.
Hey, Becky, can I ask a quick question?
Absolutely.
Did you grate your carrots on like the medium or the small or the regular?
I did the regular.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And then I've measured out my tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And I have prepped my 2 garlic cloves. I like to mince mine fresh. You can do whatever works for you. I'm gonna put these in my casserole dish. I'm just doing 4 today. And I'm gonna save some for actually, I'm teaching you how to do it on a zucchini too, because this is so delicious on zucchini. So you're gonna do a zucchini. I cut the 2 ends off, and I just cut the zucchini in half. And then I have like a zucchini boat. I kind of scoop out the center of it. This is one of, I don't know, this is one of my favorites. It just tastes so satisfying and so good. So I pull the fleshy part out of the zucchini so that it just makes it a little bit easier to stuff. And then I'll chop this up, and I will put this in the meat mixture actually. So I did not put that on the instructions in the email, but I'm going to demonstrate it for another option, because you have a lot of this meat mixture left. So later in the week, if you want to do something different, here's the zucchini. It really doesn't take any more time. I would cook the zucchini the same way that it says on there for the peppers, like 15 minutes covered. When I was in a hurry, I have just boiled this and steamed it in a pan until it's soft. That took like 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes to steam this. And then I put the turkey mixture on it, and then I just put it in the oven to, I think I added some Parmesan cheese on top. So, if if you're in a hurry, I'd cook the peppers and or the zucchini on their own. And so I'm gonna chop up these zucchini because this is going to go in my meat mixture. So what is a highlight of your week? Maybe you've already done it, or maybe you are still looking forward to it. What's the highlight this week?
I have some boys that are starting basketball this week, and I am just excited to see them get to go play with their friends and have a fun time.
They're playing basketball, is that what you said?
Yep, they're starting a little junior jazz
Okay.
team, and I don't know, I feel like in the past we've kind of done it and haven't really been with friends, but this year I was like, we're gonna plan ahead and get on a group with other friends that we know.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm excited to go and be with they get to be with their friends and I get to be with their moms and dads. And so that's always fun. Yeah.
That's okay. Here's my meat. I'm gonna get my meat started. I think supporting our kids in sports and stuff is just like, there's no place I'd rather be when they're doing that. It's been so much joy.
Becky.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of behind on my peppers, but when I do stuffed peppers, I usually cut it this way and then I have two.
Uh-huh.
Do you do that?
You can do it however you want. That works too.
I was just wondering if, I guess I get more stuffing in it if I leave it whole, but you can make more of it. I don't know. Trying to decide to do it for someone else. Like if I was doing that, I'd just do it that way because it spreads the filling out more, but to give it away,
I
I
think
should
if
do
you're
it
gonna
whole.
take it, if you're gonna take it to someone, I think serving it whole is kind of fun.
Okay.
It's kind of in the presentation.
Yeah.
If it's open, it's fine. But
So I need to cut the top off. I didn't really watch. I have to cut more of the top off, right? To fit
yeah,
in.
so I just hold it. So I just cut around.
I mean, I did that, but it's too tight. I need to just like probably cut.
Cut a little bit more on the edges,
Yeah.
a little more wide. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you can ask questions. That's what this is about.
Usually do it like that, but I don't know.
It's funny. I eat the whole pepper. I love eating the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
This is Megan's like very favorite, my daughter Megan's very favorite meal. She makes these herself. She
Oh,
loves them so much, but she'll put them in, different colored peppers and.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of fun.
Yeah.
Let's move this over here now. So I can put my meat. So I have the stainless steel pans, and the way you can tell if it's heated up ready is if I splash water in it, it makes these little balls that bounce. If it doesn't, if it just absorbs the water, then it's not ready. So it's not ready because it didn't make little bubble bouncing water. Kind of funny, but that's how these stainless steel pans work. Sarah, is Michael still playing football? She didn't hear me. Is Michael still doing football, Sarah?
I I was telling you and I didn't have it on my sound on.
Oh, you were talking.
Sorry. Yes, he has, so they are the region champions and they have their first playoff game Friday.
Oh, nice.
And she's super excited. They're hoping to take state again. We'll see. If that's the case, there's a game every weekend in November, and then championship would be the beginning of December.
Wow. Did they usually take state?
They did last year and they were, I think, second in the year before. Yeah, they're really good. So they expect to win, I think. I mean, they're working hard to win, but they have a good chance.
Awesome.
So
Okay, so I put a little bit of oil in my pan, because the turkey's very lean. You can or you don't have to. So we'll just cook up this meat. And well, if you've got football in all November, it's good that you have good weather. Okay, my timer just went off for the quinoa, so I'll just check that. It's done. I'll turn it off. And this is pretty easy. You just cook up the meat and add the onions. And garlic. And then the seasonings that I have are onion powder, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and basil. And you just want to make sure that your seasonings are pure. They don't have added stuff in them. It's pretty easy to have plain seasonings. If you are going to be baking the peppers, you probably want to turn your oven on right now.
Do
350.
you put the mustard in there too?
I
Or is
will.
it for
Yeah.
later.
I'll put the mustard in the meat part. Yeah. So the recipe says after the meat's cooked, turn it off and then add the carrots. I'll probably add the carrots while it's heating up just a little bit. They don't really need to be cooked. I don't want mushy carrots. And since they're so small, they'll be fine the way they are. Okay, I'm ready to add the onions to it. And the garlic. You scrape this out. Um, You could do this in a skillet. I just like using a big pot so I don't so it doesn't overflow. Okay, I'm gonna let that cook for a minute. And since I have that stuffed zucchini, the center of it, I'm just gonna throw that one in there too. The flesh of the zucchini. I'll just. You could add any veggies that you like to this. You could add mushrooms or celery. You could actually even add a little bit of cauliflower rice. Or a little bit of broccoli chopped up. So
Do you think that cabbage would work? I have some cabbage. Should I throw that in?
if you like that, yeah. Since we're stuffing the pepper, I feel like you can do any vegetable that complements peppers, which
Okay.
are a lot of things.
And do you think I should put the cabbage in with the carrots, like so it's more crunchy, or should I cook it now with the onion?
I'd probably do it now with the onions.
Okay.
And I always add salt and pepper mostly at the end. At this point, I'm gonna add the seasonings. A half teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, garlic powder, and basil, and then 1.5 teaspoons of the Italian.
Becky,
Yeah.
I didn't really think about seasonings for my friend, like for me, doesn't matter really the seasonings I add, but if she's being really careful, am I going to hurt her by using like, I don't think I have garlic powder, but I have garlic salt. Is that gonna be like a problem?
The only problem would be is if she doesn't tolerate garlic. If she's sensitive to it.
I have no
So
idea, but anti-inflammatory, is that a thing that you're
it,
sensitive to?
it's fine. It's in all my anti-inflammatory recipes, garlic
Okay.
powder and garlic. Or the
Salt.
peppers are. You said you have salt?
I have garlic, the garlic salt, like Lowry's
Yeah.
garlic salt.
I probably wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Maybe just add a little bit more of the basil or Italian.
And I'm gonna add just natural garlic, more natural garlic, I think.
Okay.
I don't really have seasoning, I didn't read it very well, I got like seasoning, dressing mix.
Oh,
But I can't use that for her, I bet.
the Italian one?
Yeah. I mean, it's got soy in it,
Right.
wheat. Yeah, I wasn't really looking at
So
that.
if you don't have the Italian seasoning, that's
I'll just add oregano and basil and
yeah.
the
Let me
usual.
go grab my big bottle, see what's in there.
Okay. I might have some left, but I don't think I do. An old one.
So this is Spice Island. I got this at Costco, but oregano, marjoram, thyme, basil, and parsley.
Parsley,
Parsley flakes.
thyme, basil. Okay.
So that is. And this is the point I like to smell it and see if it has the smells or if I want more flavoring or seasoning to it. I am going to add. I'm going to add more basil and more Italian. I'm going to add the Dijon now. And the next thing is just the carrots. So It's a really simple one. And again, you can add whatever vegetables you want, and you can. I like adding as much as I can, so I'm gonna do the full 2 carrots. So it smells good and it's colorful. That is how I know I'm doing the right thing. Okay, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So that's what mine looks like. Let's see. There we go. Very colorful with the orange carrots. And it's a beautiful meal with the colored peppers. I'm gonna add the quinoa. There's 1 cup of quinoa to add. So since that is done over here, I'm gonna scoop 1 cup out of it and throw it in there. And I'm gonna turn off my meat because it is done. That's it to this meat mixture. See how fast that was? Yeah. And like I said, if I'll just say it again, if you want to make it go faster, like at this point, you can use this meat for anything you want. Sometimes I have just like sauteed up my peppers because I don't have time to put them in the oven for 50 minutes. So I'll just cook up my peppers. I could steam them in a pot until it's soft. I could roast it in the oven while I'm doing the meat mixture. And then when it's roasted in the oven for like 10 minutes and softened, I could stuff it and then it would be done. So there are faster ways you can do that, do the peppers. I was doing a stuffed zucchini, so I can put this in a pan and steam this for like 5 to 8 minutes until they're soft. And then I can put that meat mixture right on top of the peppers. I could cover it with Parmesan if you're doing cheese, and then melt it in the oven. And I like to drizzle a little Dijon mustard on top of that for extra flavor. So there's just so many different ways that you can use this stuffed pepper recipe. And that's why I do 2 pounds of it all at once, because I can make it go a lot of different ways. If I know I'm not going to use all of this within the week, I can freeze the meat mixture. I wouldn't freeze the fresh vegetables. Their water content changes when you freeze it. It makes them too watery. So I would probably measure out like 1 or 2 cups of this meat mixture, put them in a Ziploc, and I just write on it stuffed pepper mixture. And then I can pull it out, thaw it out, stuff a pepper, and have dinner. It's just so yummy and versatile that like Sarah's gonna take it to somebody for dinner, or Candace is. There's just lots of ways of using them, and just makes vegetables taste so good. So that's pretty much all I have. Do you have any questions, or how's it going in your kitchen?
Oh, I'm not even on quiet, sorry. I'm probably making a lot of noise. So I wasn't really following very well at first, and I chopped my carrots instead of shredded them. So I
Okay.
just added them with my onion and browned them before I added the meat.
Great.
And they're nice and toasted, and the onion smells good, and the garlic smells good. I'm gonna add more garlic, and then all those seasonings, because I don't have Italian seasoning.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be okay.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love, like, there's not a wrong way of doing it. Just make it work for what you have in your situation.
Right.
And yeah, I guess I didn't really say, all I would do is just take that mixture and stuff these and then bake them. So I'll kind of be doing that while we keep talking, but Candace, how's it going for you?
It's going well. I did add that cabbage, which I think was a great idea. I had some quinoa that was frozen, like cooked and frozen, and I just added it to the pan thinking, oh, it'll just thaw, but I'm wishing I would have microwaved it first.
Oh,
But or I'd put it in the fridge last night instead of left it in the freezer. But anyway, it's going really well. Here, I'll show you what mine looks like with the cabbage in it and the half.
okay.
Here we go. There's my colorful dish.
Oh, there you go.
And
I
it
love
smells really good. I kind of want to add like balsamic vinegar or something. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's for some reason that sounds good. So maybe when I eat mine, I'll drizzle some balsamic vinegar on.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, but it's good. It's great. This was fantastic.
Good. Isn't it so easy
So easy.
and versatile and delicious, and you can't go wrong.
Yes, I know. I'm actually really excited to have my kids try this because I think that the flavors are very, they're familiar to them, but just maybe in a new way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll let you know how it goes with them too.
Great. I love to hear how the family likes it too, because that's a big part of it. Yes, keep me posted. And I love this. Thanks for cooking with me. And I hope, I want to hear how it turns out, how you share it with others. So
Becky,
yes.
I kind of feel like my turkey's a little dry compared to like beef. So I added avocado oil.
Okay.
Is there any, is it a little drier than you would in the beef one, or is that normal?
It is normal. Did you add a little oil when you cooked it up to start?
No, so I added some.
Okay.
After, I forgot.
I
I did actually with the carrots and the onion.
Yeah.
I just didn't do it when I added the meat.
Yeah. Mine had a little bit of turkey moisture. It cooked some, it was a little bit wet. My
Oh,
turkey had some moisture to it. I'm not
Okay.
sure. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I can always add a little bit of chicken broth or water to it.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. So if it's dry, add a little bit of liquid to it. Another option is I'd add a can of coconut milk to it and make it more like a stroganoff
Mm-hmm.
and just serve that over
It's
potato.
kind of like a sloppy Joe consistency, right?
Yeah.
If you,
Yeah.
what you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Add some mushrooms and then you've got like a stroganoff thing.
I also from last week, I went ahead and bought this because I've never used it. But you could also flavor, could you put that on your pepper?
Yes. I
Okay.
usually do.
Like, would that be something I should not do for her because I'm delivering it to her? Like, don't do it. It would be right before you eat it, or should I
Yeah.
put it in the mixture now?
Either way, I'd probably just leave it out for right now
Okay.
for her. If
Uh-huh.
she likes that, she'll probably add it herself. If she's a serious anti-inflammatory person, she probably already has that.
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever I sit down to eat any of these meals, most of the time I bring salt and pepper, add more of that. I didn't even add salt and pepper to this, so probably definitely want salt and pepper. I often cut up half an avocado and I put an avocado on it and the coconut aminos. So I usually include those with most of my meals. They work. So yeah, good questions. Great. Okay. Well, do you have any other questions or comments? You like it? Good. Candace gives me a thumbs up.
It's so good. I'm just eating it straight out of the bowl.
Uh-huh.
So good. And I did add a little balsamic. I don't think
Good.
it needs it. I think it's perfect on its own.
Uh-huh.
I did add salt and pepper, but yeah, so good. Perfect breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Yes, yes, good. Good.
You
I
added the
just
whole
like it.
quinoa, Becky? Sorry.
What was that?
You added the whole quinoa?
I added 1 cup.
Oh,
No.
okay. 1 cup.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, you're doing great. Learning some new things.
I added all the quinoa and it seems fine. So if
Okay.
you already dumped all of it in, it's probably okay too.
Good.
Good.
Good. And it just goes further. It'll last longer. And like you eat it plain, you don't even need it in a pepper. Candace has just tested that out.
Mhm.
So good. I just want to share something that I've loved, that has been really easy. I'm gonna just say it right now that the day I am planning on doing one of these classes the day before Thanksgiving, and I am going to make my homemade rolls. This is something for 30 years people have asked me if I'll teach them how to make my rolls. And I'm like, this is so awesome. You can have your Thanksgiving rolls done the day before Thanksgiving. And I'll show whoever wants to learn how to make my rolls that day, and we can do them together. And then you can worry about other things on Thanksgiving. So I'm excited. We'll do some more fun things in the next couple of weeks, and that is the end of, I'll just stop the recording, so.